Welcome back, everyone. We've got a very cool Shirogorov Sinkevich collaboration. This is called the Cami Flipper, and this was loaned in from my buddy Ed, who actually won this in a lottery. So Recon 1 had a lottery. There's 300 of these knives made. You entered a lottery to be able to buy it. So he won the ability to spend money to buy this. Is this a crazy hobby that we're in, or what? So it came packaged very nicely. It was wrapped very neatly in kind of a white paper. Has the box with the certificate of authenticity, wrapped neatly like a burrito in a microfiber cloth, and you unwrap all of that and you get the Cami Flipper. So let's zoom in on this and just there is so much details about this that as I look at it, I am just more kind of at awe. And Shirogorovs have been something that I've seen a couple of on the channel. I don't own any, but they're very cool. The flipping action is really, it's, for me personally, it's a little odd because it's fairly sensitive to pressure on the lock bar. So if I just go to pick this up, my finger falls onto the lock bar. Depending on how much pressure I have on my fingers, it can potentially be a problem with the tiny flipper tab. So for me, I kind of need to think about it when I flip it. I am sure that that goes away over time of owning, right? So it's not a problem. It's just something for me. I have to really think about flipping it. So it's got a beautiful stone-washed blade with satin flats, and it has a unique grind. They call it a complex and asymmetrical blade grind. So here on this side, the show side, it looks like a standard, just regular beveled grind. You flip it over, and that's where you have this secondary bevel that goes down, and then there is a sharpening bevel at the very edge. So it's a very unique looking grind, but looks very cool. Sort of chisel grind looking, but because there's a bevel over here, it's not really a chisel grind. I've heard people refer to it as a V grind. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's pretty cool. So let's dive into the specs, and then we'll talk about some of the more specifics. It's 4 5/8 closed, 8 inches overall. 3.41 blade with a 3.46 cutting edge, because I measure the blade from the edge of the scale to the tip of the blade. The edge is below the topmost part of the scale, so it's a little bit longer edge than blade, the way I measure it. It is S110V, 0.136 blade thickness, 0.474 overall thickness, runs on the Shirogorov's multi-row bearing system with an incredibly smooth closure. Drop shut-ish, but a controlled drop shut. Different than a Spectre. Spectre more just drops. This controllably drops quickly, if that makes sense. It's a little more fluid-ish than a Holt Spectre, which I have one, but I don't have one here readily available in my hand. And it weighs in at just 3.4 ounces. And that is due in part to the very extreme milling that they do on the inside. So I'll grab a light here And you can see they've milled pockets in both the show side and the lock side. So you can see here it says Sinkevich design, and hidden right behind the flipper tab area, right there behind the lock, you see the 137, and then it does say out of 300 way deep in there, so that you know that, hey, yeah, it really is a limited number. Very cool blued titanium pivot and blue hardware to hold it together. But where is that hardware? It's right here. I've never seen this exact design before. So the screws go into the scales this way, making this, it has a lanyard hole, and this is a reversible pocket clip. So you could pull those two blued titanium screws out, rotate the clip, put it back on, and bolt it together. So not only is this the pocket clip, but it's also the back standoff. So there's only 2 points of contact. You've got the pivot that holds it together, and you've got these two screws that hold it together. I don't know, it's ingenious. It's literally blows my mind when I look at that and I think about it. It fits in the hand very well and is very comfortable. The pocket clip just flat out works perfectly in the pocket to insert it into your pocket as well as to deploy it from your pocket. This is just truly an awesome knife. And the fact that there's only 300 of them makes it even more awesome. So do a couple size comparisons so you can really understand where this one is at. With the Sharpie, the Spyder Kodelica, the Quiet Carry Waypoint, and because I have it here on the table, the Benchmade 940 CF. It's the 940-1, but in carbon fiber. So Ed, thank you so much for winning the lotto, buying this, having them ship it to me. I know that extends your enjoyment out a few days for me to unbox it yesterday, film this, and I will get it shipped out. And you will have this before this video goes live. So please let us know in the comments once this video goes live, Ed. Let everybody know what you really think of it after you've had it for a while, because I think it's awesome. So congratulations on this really cool collaboration. Thanks everyone for watching. I greatly appreciate it as always. Have yourselves a fantastic day, and we'll see you tomorrow.